All right, y'all, it's time for my weekly rant. I'm due for one of these at least once a week. And I've been sitting back and I've been watching a lot of these content creators and people in mainstream sports media give their playoff predictions and giving their picks for the NBA end of the season awards. And, you know, from the Defensive Player of the Year to MVP, Coach of the Year, Most Improved Player, Fifth Man. I don't want to talk about any of those, though, but MVP. Y'all know where I'm going with this. I want to talk about the MVP one because, yeah, I'm salty. I'm really salty. And on my main channel, I have a reputation for calling channels out by name when I feel like they're being biased, when I feel like they're hypocrites, or when I catch them with their double standards. And I'm going to try not to do that on this channel. This is my sports channel, and I'm going to try my best not to do that. But there's a lot of you out there that have been doing a lot of suspect stuff because there's a difference between predicting who will win the award and saying who you think should actually win, who actually deserves the award. And I think what a lot of people are doing, they're saying this is who I think should win because it's been made pretty clear to us who is going to be voted to win this award. So they're trying to save face and pretend like they knew all along so they can get credit ahead of time. Stop the cap, bro. Let's talk about the MVP race. Yes, it's not because I don't like Shea. It's not because I don't like the Thunder. I like Shea and I'm happy for him. He's having an incredible year. And I'm not one of these people that are going to down Shea in order to uplift Nikola Jokic. I don't have to do it. But after this year, bro, we need some sort of criteria. They need to come up with some sort of criteria because what does most valuable mean anymore? Like, we really don't know. They get to decide. These media members get to sit back in the shadows, vote for whoever they want for whatever reason they want. They don't have to answer for it. And then majority of the audience sits back like, well, how did you come to that conclusion? I mean, to this day, I've already said it on the channel, I have yet to find one single comment section that is overwhelmingly rooting for Shea. Why is that? I go to Oklahoma City Thunder videos. I've yet to find one comment section that's rooting for Shea to win MVP. You'll have people here and there that seem unbiased, seem down the middle with it, but you almost never overwhelmingly see people saying Shea should win. Even Oklahoma City Thunder fans are saying, look, I'm happy for Shea, and if he wins, I'm happy that he wins it, but you got to give it to Jokic. Jokic is the real MVP. And to make matters even worse, a lot of you all claim to believe or claim to respect and value what their peers say, what other NBA players say, right? So when it comes to the Kobe and the LeBron debate, and they say who's the better player, who's the greater player, but when you talk to the peers, you hear what the media is saying. You hear what the critics are saying. But when you talk to their actual peers, most NBA players are picking Kobe just from a pure hooping stance. Well, let's go to those same people. You go to any YouTube podcast platform that NBA players and former NBA players have. Dwayne Wade, Udonis Haslem with the OGs, you got Jeff Teague, you got Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, you got Gil Zarina, and the list goes on. 98% of all of them says that Jokic is the MVP. They do this, bro. They do this for a living. They did this for a living. They understand what goes into, some of them are former MVP winners. They know what goes into it. But now all of a sudden, that doesn't even matter anymore. You got content creators. I want to call these folks out by name so bad. I just watched a video of a guy who was giving his end of the season picks, award winners, and he actually started the video off with the MVP. And he goes, yeah, y'all already know where I'm going. I think SGA should win it. And he starts to give Jokic and Giannis their credit, talking about all the great things they have done throughout the season. And then he goes, but man, when you look at SGA, man, it's just hard to overlook. He led the league in 20-point games, 30-point games, 40-point games, and even 50-point games, while also leading the league in scoring. And he led one of the youngest teams in NBA history to 68 wins, while also playing both sides of the ball and also missing home grip like for majority of the season. Let me first say, 68 wins is crazy. 68 wins is crazy, bro. Like, young team or not, it's just even that much more impressive that it's a young team, but that's hella impressive, bro. Like, I had to go and look, I was like, because I know they was trying to reach 70. They didn't quite get to 70, but 68 is, bro. Remember, the Warriors went, 73-10 or something like that? They 5 games off from that. And the Warriors had KD, Steph, Clay, Dre. They had a juggernaut of a team. And this team don't have nearly the names like that. And they were injured for most of the season. No argument for me there. But let's go to the other crap he was talking about. He led the league in 20, 30, 40, and 50-point games while also leading the league in scoring. That's scoring. That's one facet of the game. You said while also playing both sides of the ball. Bro, all players play both sides of the ball, technically speaking. It's just a matter if you are elite, if you are good at playing both sides of the ball. But the sad part is when you actually go to the statistics, they don't actually support the fact that Shai is this much greater and much more elite defensive player over Jokic, actually. Says here, the 2025 NBA MVP race, Nikola Jokic or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for the Michael Jordan Trophy. It's been dubbed one of the toughest NBA MVP races of recent times. In one court is Oklahoma City Thunder's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 26-year-old wonderkind from Canada, who is this year's leading point scorer, averaging 32.7 points during the regular season games, well ahead of anyone else. In the other stands, the Denver Nuggets' Nikola Jokic, already a three-time NBA MVP, the 30-year-old became only the third player to average a triple-double for the season, peppered his year with some never-before-seen statistical feats. Splitting the two superstars feels like an impossible task. Caveats and stipulations seem to slide into the debate when comparing the two. Yes, the Nuggets finished as the fourth seed in the Western Conference, but Jokic doesn't have the same supporting cast as Gilgeous-Alexander. Sure, Jokic has posted some unicorn-like performances, but SGA is the leader in the league for points per game, despite sitting out entire final quarter 17 times. It's an MVP race so complex that the definition of valuable hasn't been this scrutinized since perhaps the 2016-2017 when Russell Westbrook and James Harden went toe-to-toe for the top individual prize. Nah, bro. This is completely different from that situation. Completely different. So let's look at some stats. Games played. It says SGA played 6 more games than Jokic with 76 compared to 70. Minutes played. Jokic averaged about 2 more minutes per game. Points per game. Obviously, SGA averaged about 3 points more per game. Rebounds per game. It's not even close, with Jokic averaging almost more than double, which he should because he's a center. Assists per game, which is where it starts to get crazy. He's averaging almost 4 more assists per game, despite having less talented teammates. Blocks per game. Nikola Jokic is averaging a little bit over half a block, while SGA is averaging a block per game. So they're about the same there. Steals per game. You have a center averaging more steals by just a little bit, but the fact that he's even this close is crazy. He's averaging more steals per game than SGA. Field goal percentage is 57 to 52. 3-point percentage, 41, almost 42 basically, to 37.5. Let's look at how they rank in points. Jokic is ranked third in the league, while SGA is ranked first. Rebounds per game. Jokic is ranked third. SGA is ranked 76th. Not even close. Assists per game. Jokic is ranked second. SGA is ranked 14th. Blocks per game. SGA is ranked 26th. Jokic is ranked 57th. That's not even close. Steals per game. Jokic is ranked second. SGA is ranked 5th. Field goals per game. Field goals percentage. Nikola Jokic is 9th. SGA is 21st. 3-pointers made. SGA is 45th. Jokic is 76th. Not even close. In favor of SGA. 3-point percentage. Jokic is ranked 18th. SGA is ranked 80th. The second largest gap on this chart. And then you look at the total wins. Obviously, OKC won way more games. 18 game difference is crazy. That definitely should be factored into it. No argument from me there. But the ultimate point I'm getting at is, when you listen to people that argue on behalf of Shai, they say he scored a bunch of points. Crickets. They won a bunch of games. That matters. I'm not undermining the importance of winning games. At the end of the day, the purpose of playing the game is to win. Yes, I understand. But we don't have a clear criteria, and it's annoying me, bro. It's gotten so bad in the comment section for whenever you run across a person that's really an OKC fan and they're from Oklahoma City, or they're just strictly an SGA fan, that's really what it is. It's gotten so bad they get in the comment section and they're creating things. You going back and forth with these folks in the comments to get some sort of understanding of, so what does MVP mean? It doesn't necessarily always mean the best player, even though a lot of us could argue that. What does it mean then? It means most valuable player. With Nikola Jokic on the court, the Nuggets are one of the better teams in the NBA. When Nikola Jokic is off the court, they're one of the worst teams in NBA history. SGA on the court, the Thunder are actually a little bit less of a great team. I don't know if a lot of you all know that. I thought valuable player meant the difference that you make when it comes to the winning for your team. The difference it makes with you on and off the court. You can't go to that argument because that also favors Jokic. They've gotten so bad in the comment section that they respond to you and say MVP not only means best player on the best team, because you can't go to that. You've already annihilated that argument because we got 3 people easily in NBA history that easily proves that that's not the case. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. All of them would have at least 2 or 3 more MVPs easily. So what's the criteria for MVP? They tell you, no, it's best player on the best team while being in the MVP conversation. So in other words, they're saying you can't just be the best player on the best team. You have to already be in the MVP conversation and also be the best player on the best team. Like, bro, y'all just literally like adding things and creating things to try to help your argument. It makes no sense. Because if it was best player on the best team, you know Donovan Mitchell, you know Jason Tatum had an argument throughout the season. So you're trying to manipulate the argument. And because they only, outside of scoring the basketball, they say I don't think SGA is a scrub when it comes to defense, but he's not no stopper the way they're trying to make him sound. He's played some solid defense throughout the year. He's a better defender than Jokic, I agree. Besides scoring, the slight difference in defense, and the amount of wins, they have nothing. Because every other statistical category, every other impact category, when it comes to your team and your team's success, it favors Jokic. So then they'll just resort to, man, SGA is going to win, bro. Just cry about it. Be upset about it, bro. There's nothing you can do to change it. It's like, that's not even an argument, bro. It's not even an argument. It's just, this is going to be the biggest robbery in NBA history, in my opinion. Not because Shea isn't deserving to be in the conversation, but because we may have quite literally just witnessed the greatest, not just statistical, but the greatest offensive season we've ever seen before in history. Yes, defense matters, but you all are talking like Nikola Jokic is the biggest defensive liability out there, and he's just not. I don't know, man. My rant is over. I'm just over it, bro. I'm just trying to brace and prepare myself. A lot of people I know have already accepted the reality of it, and they accepted it weeks ago. I hadn't accepted it. I'm still holding out hope that they're going to do the right thing and they're going to give it to who deserves it. I don't even care if he wants it or not. That actually makes me want to root for him even more. Y'all up in the comment section, give me your thoughts. As always, I'm Demetrius. I go by Diddy. Hit the like button. Thank you all so much for your support. Until next time, peace. Oh yeah, Diddy got a point.